Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a new episode for grade 10, unit 2. In this episode, we will learn expository writing. In this lesson, we will not only learn the expository writing definition only, but we will also learn the parts of the essay, the structure of the introduction, the structure of the paragraph, the conclusion of the essay, and the strategy that we're going to follow to outline the expository writing. So pay attention. Now, if I say expository writing, what do I mean? An expository writing is a type of essay that explains, describes, and informs. It is also used as a tool to show the reader why something is or how it works. It is really important for the essay to be extremely clear so that the reader will have an understanding of the topic when they're finished. Because as we said, it explains, describes, and gives information. Okay? The main parts of the essay are the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Don't forget that the body has two parts, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Let's take a look at the parts of the paragraph. Every single paragraph will have a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentences. Okay? You may ask, what is the topic sentence? What are the supporting sentences? And what is the concluding sentence? The topic sentence is basically mentioning the topic and the main idea about it. And then following the topic sentence are the supporting sentences. The supporting sentences are information about the main idea you gave in the topic sentence. And then you will conclude this paragraph by using a concluding sentence. A concluding sentence is basically repeating the main idea that you mentioned in the topic sentence, but using different words. The introduction has two main parts, the hook and the thesis statement. Remember those two, they're very important. What is the hook? The hook is the first sentence of the introduction. The hook is meant to attract the attention of the reader. You want the reader to read more, so you will try to attract them by writing a very interesting hook. You may ask, what is an interesting hook? What can I write? I will tell you. You can write a quotation, a verse from the Quran, and interesting information. All these are interesting hooks, but remember, it has to be related to the topic. What is the thesis statement? The thesis statement focuses on the ideas you are presenting in the essay. It should present the topic of your paper. So you have to mention the topic of the paper and the ideas that you're going to discuss in it. Remember those two, the hook and the thesis statement. For example, let's take this introduction. Have you ever felt that your head is as heavy as a basketball when waking up in the morning? Sleep deprivation is a serious problem people suffer from nowadays. Lack of sleep causes major mental and physical problems. Not having enough sleep will turn off the individual's ability to be productive and active during daytime. Let's take a closer look at this introduction. You see the part I highlighted in yellow? This is the hook. I raised the question. I wanted to attract the attention of the reader, so I raised the question. Have you ever felt that your head is as heavy as a basketball when waking up in the morning? This is a very interesting hook. Now, the other part I highlighted in yellow is the thesis statement. Pay attention. I will present the topic in the thesis statement and ideas about it. Lack of sleep causes major mental and physical problem. So this is the topic. Not having enough sleep will turn off the individual's ability to be productive and active during daytime. So I introduced the topic and also some ideas about it that I will discuss throughout the essay. This is how you should write an introduction. Now, for the essay, we need to plan. And in order to make our plan clear and informative, we should write it in an outline. So let's take a look at the outline. The outline has an introduction, body, and conclusion. The introduction, as we said, has a hook and thesis statement. The body, as we said earlier, has paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence, supporting ideas, and concluding sentence. And in the conclusion, you can restate the thesis statement you wrote earlier or summarize all the ideas that you've mentioned using new words. Okay? Now you may ask, how do I fill in the outline perfectly? Let's take a look at this strategy. We call it the tree strategy. It's not really a tree, but we are going to use the letters of the tree. T is for topic. R is for reason. E is to explain. And E is for ending. Now, when you say topic, you have to clearly state your topic in the outline. You have to mention the topic that you're going to discuss in this essay in the outline. And you are going to introduce it in the introduction. Don't forget, in the thesis statement. Okay? And then you are going to reason. How am I going to reason? When you provide ideas and then reason them, and also showing me causes for the topic that you have chosen, you are filling up the paragraph 1. So R, reason for paragraph 1. And then you will explain furthermore, where? In paragraph 2. So explaining comes after providing ideas and reasons. You will explain more, give them ideas, and elaborate on what you've said earlier. So you will write more about these reasons you provided. You will explain and elaborate on them. And at the end, the ending, you will wrap up the whole essay, meaning you will summarize everything you've said and you will restate your thesis statement. Okay? So basically, when you put the word tree on your mind, use the topic, reason, explain, and end, you will know how to fill in the outline perfectly. Let's take a look. If the question was, write about the following. 1 in 3 people suffer from sleep deprivation nowadays because of technology and the fast rhythm of life. In not less than 12 sentences, meaning 140 words, plan and write an essay explaining how technology is affecting our sleeping habits negatively, causing serious mental, physical, and professional problems. So this is the topic. Sleep deprivation, lack of sleep, affecting the use of technology, affecting our sleeping habit. Okay? I have to plan and write. Plan means to outline, and write means to put the outline into an essay. Okay? Now, how am I going to find ideas? The ideas are already there in the question. For example, how technology is affecting our sleeping habits negatively. Okay? This is the first idea. I will talk about the technology affecting my sleeping habits or our sleeping habits negatively. What will happen if the technology affected me negatively? It will cause serious mental, physical, and professional problems. Okay? So here, from the question, you can extract the ideas that you're going to write about and discuss in the essay. Okay? So let's start outlining. In the introduction, as we said, we need a hook and thesis statement. In the hook, how about raising a question? Let's raise a question. Have you ever woken up and felt so dizzy, like you were spinning around? So this is a great hook because it attracts the attention of the reader and I will make them want to read more. I will follow the hook with a thesis statement. For example, technology affects people's sleeping habits, which has a negative impact on their mental and physical health. Therefore, it will affect their productivity at work. So in the thesis statement, I introduced the topic, technology affects people's sleeping habits. This is the topic. And then I mentioned the ideas, which is it has an impact on their mental and physical health, and it will affect their productivity at work. So I introduced not only the topic, but also the ideas that I will discuss in this essay. When it comes to the body, we know that it has a paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So in the paragraph 1, we will go for reasons. Remember the tree? Reasons are: using technology will cause sleep deprivation because watching TV late at night, using the smartphones and social media. Okay, this is technology use. People will be distracted and mentally busy because of media. Okay, tired because of staying up late all night. All these are reasons because I'm using technology excessively, which will have an impact on my sleeping habits negatively. In paragraph 2, you are going to explain. Remember the tree, E is for explain. Explain how technology's effect on the mental and physical health affect the professional life. Now we said, if your sleeping habits gets bad, you will have a bad professional life because you will be an unproductive person, right? So people will be distracted at work because of lack of sleep. People will be physically tired and unproductive. So here you explained furthermore the things that you mentioned in your reasons and the ideas you provided in paragraph 1. In the conclusion, as we said, we have to end the whole essay. How am I going to end the essay? Is by restating and summarizing. For example, you will say, in conclusion, technology affects people's life negatively if it is used badly, causing them physical, mental, and professional problems. So I wrapped up the whole essay in 1 or 2 sentences only. This is the outline. It's very informative, very clear, very organized, and it will help you write excellent essays. Let's put this outline into an essay, starting with the introduction. As we said, we raised a question and then we wrote a thesis statement. So let's take a look at the introduction. Have you ever woken up and felt so dizzy, like you were spinning around? Using technology at night and excessively during daytime will affect the sleeping habits of the individual. This will cause serious problems personally and physically. Technology affects people's sleeping habits, which has a negative impact on their mental and physical health. Therefore, it will affect their productivity at work. So here you wrote your hook, the thesis statement, and you also put some sentences in between to give background information to the reader. Okay? Now, you will see a word that I underlined. Therefore, It is very important to use connectors in paragraphs because the connectors will connect your ideas together. It will make each idea relate to the other. So the sequence of ideas as we read will be very interesting and very clear. And that's how expository writing should be, clear and informative. In the paragraph 1, we said that we have to reason, provide ideas, reasons, and causes. So here we're going to give ideas. We will start the paragraph with a topic sentence. Studies show that technology and the use of smartphones affect our sleeping habits. It's very informative. It gives the reader the idea that I'm going to speak about technology and sleeping habits. Watching television late at night will make the individual attracted to staying awake rather than sleep. The body responds to the light of devices as it responds to the daylight, encouraging it to stay awake and alert. Therefore, during daytime, the mind will be distracted and the body will be tired. As a result, the efficiency of the person's productivity will be reduced, which will affect their professional life negatively. So, look at the connectors I underlined, therefore and as a result. As a result usually comes at the end. It is very, very useful to use in concluding sentences for the paragraphs because it wraps up and summarizes the whole ideas you've presented. In paragraph 2, here comes the explanation. We're going to explain and elaborate more on the ideas we provided in paragraph 1. In order to be productive during daytime, a good night's sleep is crucial. Studies show that people who sleep from 7 to 9 hours a day are more productive and active at work than those who suffer from sleep deprivation. Moreover, having enough sleep will encourage the body to restate and normalize the hormones, which will make the body stable and healthy. Sleeping is not only physically important, but rather professionally as well. Look at the word I underlined, moreover. When you use this word as a connector in a paragraph, you are telling the reader that I have more to say, okay? I am giving you more information. So read more, okay? Now we have written the introduction, the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Here comes the conclusion. In conclusion, no one can deny the effect of having a good night's sleep on having a good, successful day. If one understands the bad effect of technology when used excessively, one must reduce its use immediately. Having a good personal and professional life is very important. So you wrapped up all the ideas that you've mentioned in the essay and you concluded using in conclusion. Okay? So this is how your essay should look like: 4 separate paragraphs, and each paragraph corresponds to the paragraph before it. You will be graded according to the outlining, exposition of ideas, paragraphing, spelling, grammar, handwriting. Okay? Make your handwriting legitimate. Okay? In today's episode, we learned how to write expository writing and the parts of an expository writing: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Thank you for watching. See you in new episodes soon.